The call was already live when Priya Tsen reached her console. She had been crossing the floor of Earth's Emergency Relay Coordination Center, 30 seconds late from a water break, when her headset lit and the duty board flagged an incoming distress uplink on channel relay incoming 7. She dropped into the chair, thumbed the accept, and said, "Earth Relay Coordination, this is Operator Tsen. I have your signal," before she had fully read the origin tag. She read it while the silence stretched. The origin tag said the call had routed through a deprecated relay node in the outer Veth transit belt, one that hadn't appeared in active maintenance logs for nearly 4 years. The final relay terminus, the address the call had bounced to when every intended recipient in the routing chain failed to respond, was Earth's Relay Center, Platform 9. Her platform. The originating vessel was the Veth Coalition cargo hauler Sarath Reach. 6 crew. The distress code: hull loss imminent, life support degrading, crew sheltered in emergency compartment. "This is Earth Relay Coordination," Priya said again, slower, because whoever was on the other end hadn't responded and she needed them to hear a human voice and decide it was worth talking to. "I have your distress signal. Can you hear me? Please confirm." The response came 8 seconds later, a communications lag she logged automatically. The voice was young, breathless, the translator pulling its standard equivalent out of the Veth tonal registers with a half-beat delay. I hear you. My name is Sen Krath. I am second-grade systems technician on the Sarath Reach. We had a hull impact at frame 11. The captain and 2 crew went to assess the damage." A pause. "They did not come back. The frame ruptured. I have 3 others in the emergency compartment with me. The compartment sealed on auto-trigger." Priya was already pulling up Veth emergency compartment specifications on her secondary screen. "Sen, is the compartment sealed now? Is pressure stable inside?" "Yes, the seal light is green. Pressure reading is 1.1 standard. That is nominal for my species." "Good. You have a sealed compartment, stable pressure, 3 crew with you." She kept her voice even and specific. "I need you to stay on this line with me. Don't close the channel for any reason. If the signal gets interrupted, keep trying to reconnect. Do you understand?" "Yes." She flagged the call while she spoke, dropping an urgent relay marker into the emergency center's outbound dispatch system. The Sarath Reach's position coordinates were embedded in the distress signal. The outer Veth transit belt, Sector 9 Keth, roughly 11 light minutes from the nearest Coalition monitoring buoy. She began composing a routing request, an emergency push to every Earth Patrol asset within range and to the Veth Crisis Authority, whose contact protocols were in the Relay Center's active directory. The Coalition Crisis Hub had moved its primary frequency 3 years ago. The Sarath Reach's distress system had been running an outdated routing table and had bounced down the fallback chain until it hit the one endpoint that was still listening. "Earth Platform 9, Priya. Tell me about your 3 crew," she said. "What are their conditions?" "Leth Veth is the first officer. She has an injury to her upper thorax from the impact. She is conscious but not fully responding to questions." Another pause. "Tomas Ken is the engineer, not injured. He is very quiet. And Rue is the communications officer. Her board was the one I used to reach you." Upper thorax injury, compromised responsiveness. Priya couldn't diagnose it from 11 light minutes away. She could keep Sen calm and functional, and that was the job. "Sen, look at the compartment's atmosphere readout on a panel near the ceiling door. Read me the numbers: pressure, oxygen partial pressure, and the CO2 scrubber status." 9 seconds of lag then. Pressure 1.1, oxygen partial 0.21, scrubber status nominal, but there is a yellow indicator on the secondary scrubber. Primary is running. She noted the yellow secondary. 4 people in a module designed for 2 at nominal scrubber function. She pulled the Veth emergency compartment reference from the Xenotechnical database and ran the calculation. 4 hours and 20 minutes before Code 2 rose above safe tolerance. With 22 minutes already elapsed, she had 3 hours and 58 minutes. She set a countdown on her board. Your air supply is stable for now, the secondary scrubber is a backup, the primary is normal. How long have you been sealed in? Approximately 22 minutes. She flagged the dispatch request urgent critical and checked outbound relay acknowledgments. The Veth Crisis Authority returned an automated receipt routing processing, 45 minutes. She queued a priority 1 follow-up. The nearest Earth vessel on the sector board was the patrol corvette EPS Caro. She recognized it, dispatched on a different call 8 months ago, fast crew. Caro was in Sector 7 Dawn. Transit distance to 9 Keth at emergency thrust, 2 hours and 40 minutes. 2 hours 40, 3 hours 58 of safe air. The margin was real but not comfortable, and comfortable wasn't her job. I've sent emergency notifications to the Veth Crisis Authority and to the nearest Earth patrol vessel. Help is coming. Right now I need to talk to you about Leth Veth. Can you get close enough to check her breathing? The lag then, yes, she is breathing shallow, I think her eyes are open. Can she hear you? Speak her name and see if she reacts. She turned her head, she is looking at me. Good. Priya kept her voice a degree warmer than clinical, but not so warm it alarmed him. Can Rue or Tomas Ken operate the compartment's emergency medical scanner? Marked with the Veth medical sigil, 2 concentric rings with a vertical bar. Longer pause, movement sounds, background voices too quiet for the translator. Then, Tomas is trying. The scanner's power is drawing from backup cells. It is working. Walk me through what it shows when it's done. While she waited, Priya updated the dispatch board. The Veth Crisis Authority returned a live acknowledgement, an actual duty officer reading her push. She sent a compressed data packet. The Sarath reaches position, distress code, crew status, the air margin, the EPS Caro's inbound vector. She sent it and composed a follow-up immediately, because she had learned in 7 years at Platform 9 that follow-ups arrived before original messages half the time. Sen read the scanner results in careful translated English. Leth Veth. Respiratory rate 14 per minute, cardiac 41. There is a pressure indicator internal. Tomas does not know what the unit means. Is it a number with a small v shape after it? Yes, it says 3.1 small v. She found the reference. 3.1 Veth pressure units for internal thoracic cavity fluid accumulation, possibly pleural effusion from blunt impact. Not immediately fatal, worsening without intervention. She kept her voice level. Tell Leth Veth to stay flat on her back and not move unless you tell her to. Can you do that? Yes. And Sen, monitor that number on the scanner. If it goes above 4.5, tell me immediately. Above 4.5, he repeated, confirming it exactly. He had a precise mind, she could hear it in how he handled information. He confirmed, he echoed, he checked. She watched her dispatch board. EPS Caro's acknowledgement was still in transit. 9 more minutes. Sen, you said frame 11 ruptured. How close is that to the emergency module? The pause was longer than the lag. When he came back, his voice had changed, careful in a new way, the way people get when they're working hard not to let something in. It is 6 meters, maybe 7. Is the compartment bulkhead showing any stress indicators? Discoloration, flexing, sounds from outside? No, nothing like that, a beat. Should there be? I'm checking, she said, which was true. The Veth database showed the frame 11 geometry for the Sarath Reach class. The emergency compartment was designed to survive total hull loss, 3 redundant bulkhead layers. She didn't say the part about the captain and 2 crew. She said, your compartment is rated for total hull loss. The bulkhead you're inside was designed for exactly this scenario. Okay, he said. The translator rendered it flat. She checked her countdown. 3 hours and 27 minutes. EPS Caro estimated arrival, 2 hours and 14 minutes. 20 minutes past system checks, walking Tsen through a careful inventory of emergency supplies, periodic scanner readings on Veth, numbers stable. Then the EPS Caro's acknowledgement came back. Commander Hana Voss. 4 lines, confirmed receipt, emergency burn already plotted, ETA to 9keth 2 hours 11 minutes will establish direct contact on arrival. The last line, relay operator maintain the line, we'll call when we're close. She read the second line again, emergency burn already plotted, before acknowledgement even reached her. Voss had read the push and begun moving, and only then sent the reply. Priya forwarded the ETA to Tsen without comment. The patrol corvette EPS Caro is inbound to your position. Estimated arrival 2 hours and 11 minutes. They are already moving. The silence on the other end lasted longer than the lag explained. Then Tsen said very quietly, we were not calling you. Our routing table is 3 years old. We were calling the Coalition Crisis Hub. I know, Priya said. The hub moved frequency. Your system routed down the fallback chain and reached us. 1 second's pause. We heard you. I did not know Earth still monitored those frequencies. We do, platform operators on every deprecated band that still carries traffic. She could have left it there. She nearly did. But she had been on the line with him for 47 minutes and she knew his voice. We keep the old bands live because things get misrouted. Relays go out of date. Routing tables don't get updated. When a call ends up in the wrong place should still pick up. He didn't answer. She checked the scanner results, checked the countdown 2 hours and 4 minutes of margin against 1 hour 58 to arrival, and watched the dispatch board show the Veth Crisis Authority pushing a secondary asset, a Veth medical cutter, toward 9keth. 30 minutes behind Caro. Redundancy. She logged it. She stayed on the line. Not because the protocol required it. The dispatch was already running. The assets were already moving. Because Tsen was 22 years old by his service record, sitting 6 meters from a ruptured hull frame with a wounded officer and an engineer who had gone quiet, and the only voice he had was hers. She stayed on it when Tsen's voice got tighter around the 90-minute mark, Co-2 beginning a small detectable rise, and she walked him through cycling the scrubber filter manually. Exactly which panel, exactly which handle, in the order the database specified, buying another 40 minutes of margin. She stayed on it when Tomas Ken asked very quietly whether the captain was likely to have survived the frame rupture. Priya said she did not know which was true. Tomas said I understand and did not ask again, and the line held the weight of someone absorbing something large, and Priya let it sit for 30 seconds and then asked, tell me about the Sarath Reach. How long have you been crew? Tomas answered. It was something to hold on to. That was why she asked. She stayed on it when Veth spoke for the first time 3 words in Veth that the translator rendered as something close to who is that, and Tsen said an operator on Earth, and there was a long pause and then 3 more words. Still on the line. Priya said yes, still here. The EPS Caro's proximity signal hit the relay at 1 hour and 51 minutes after Voss's message. Priya patched Tsen through to the corvette's bridge. She heard the exchange, Voss's voice, quick, confirming hull board lock procedure, confirming the compartment could receive a docking collar, confirming Veth's readings before the Caro's medic took over. Priya did not close her end of the channel. She kept her board open and headset live, listening. The percussion of a docking collar seating home, the pressurization cycle, voices multiplying as Caro's crew came through. She heard Commander Voss say something about a stretcher. She heard Tomas Ken speaking in Veth, translator catching fragments, the drive logs, the captain, the careful voice of someone beginning to process what he had spent 2 hours not processing. She heard Tsen Krath say in standard, is the operator still there? Priya said still here. He said thank you for staying. That is what the line is for. She paused. You did well, Tsen. You did everything right. The Veth medical cutter arrived 26 minutes later. Priya stayed on channel until the handoff confirmed. Veth's condition logged as stable for transport. All 4 survivors transferred. Then she closed the channel. She filled out the incident report, the routing audit flag, the xenomedical note, the dispatch acknowledgement form. She noted the routing table error that had sent the call to Platform 9. She noted that Earth's deprecated band monitoring protocol had intercepted the misrouted distress signal at 100% effectiveness. She noted the EPS Caro's response time and Commander Voss's decision to begin the emergency burn before acknowledgement confirmation. In the notes field, she wrote 2 sentences. Operator remained on channel from initial contact through survivor transfer, duration 3 hours and 9 minutes. Recommend standard debrief and routing table update request to Veth Coalition carrier registry. Then she stood up, stretched her back, and went to get water. The board was already lighting up again by the time she got back.